All right, guys, next kind of damage, we're going to talk about a bit of flooding action. Now, I'm not talking about your whole house is floating down the street kind of flood. I'm talking about situations where, let's say you have a basement with a finished drywall and you get a sewer backup or heavy rain and the system's overwhelmed in the city, and so it all kind of works its way back into your home. Those are never pleasant, but they do happen. And so for argument's sake, we're going to go with about 6 inches of water line in your home. Okay? The water that gets into here, in a lot of cases, is not going to be rainwater. It's going to be mixed with sewage. But the idea is that when sewer water gets backed up from the rain, it mixes. So it's got bacteria in it. And so all these baseboards get removed and thrown in the garbage. Okay? Same with your door casings. Same with your door jambs, and should be same with your doors. Now, if you had water damage that didn't touch the bottom of the door, you'll know, because if it did, it'll have a watermark stain on it, okay? Easiest way to tell. But for our purpose, we're gonna assume we're dealing with about 6 or 7 inches of water. Now, generally what happens, system can be overwhelmed for like an hour or two, and then the water goes right back down the drain that was overwhelmed once it catches up, okay? Wet drywall can dry out, but the bacteria issue is what I'm talking about. So now that it's proliferated, and inside that wall cavity, behind it is now soaking wet, the bacteria has an environment to grow, and it's gonna get stinky, and it's most likely gonna go to mold as well. So what we do is we do this. It's called it's basically the wet test. So you just take your screwdriver and you go, and it should pop through really, really easy, okay? Like your 10-year-old should be able to grab a screwdriver and punch through a wet wall. And you go like this, and you go, nope, a little more solid here. And what happens is, for a couple of hours, the water's sitting here, but it's soaking up, okay? And so the water, this would be like 90% moisture at this point, and it'll go to 80, it'll go 70, 60, and then it'll get to, you'll have a water stain on your drywall. But even above the stain, the moisture content is still too high to save. So you punch away until you go, until it's given some resistance. Now you've got nice dry drywall, okay? So that's what you want to save. Now, we know 48 inches, the full sheet is way up here. So we're gonna go down to where that drywall was nice and tough. And you're just gonna set that tip in, and you're gonna pull it. Around the height of your doorknob is a really good guide. You're gonna pull it twice. And you let every stud as you go across. Okay? But now you're clean through. So now you can take your hammer. There's a hole. And we're just going to bounce and vibrate until the drywall pops off the screws. Okay, you see that? Here we go. And it's a lot easier when it's wet, trust me. Now, there you go. Now that drywall goes in the garbage. The only thing left for you to do is remove all the screws. But the point of this is you want to get that wet material out of here so that it can dry. If you